Chozo ruins.
Ah, there we go. I was starting to wonder if it would ever actually start. YouTube sure was taking its time. Sometimes it makes me nervous. How's it going, Vegsy? Good to see you. Let's just go ahead and get everything orientated. Everything seems good, I think. Okay, let's do this. If I can remember what buttons do what, it would probably be that. Then again, I don't think E does anything. Probably should have went with that. Never too late to start. Welcome back to the Talon Overworld. Right. It has to be frosted over, you see. Can't stop me, bug. Hey, Gamma. How's it going? Let's just make sure the microphone is far enough away from me that I don't gain on it. One thing I learned about this microphone is while it does sound great, if you get close enough to it, it will actually start gaining. We don't want that, do we? As long as I'm careful, I should be fine. Oh yeah, I have. I've actually seen a lot of the Dagoth Yor deepfakes. Like the one where he does the Elder Scrolls tier ranking. Where he basically gives almost all of them a D ranking because, and I quote him, it lacks the divine presence of Dagoth-ur. And without the divine presence of Dagoth-ur, I must place it in a D tiered. Also, did you notice? Samus's eyes will actually follow the cursor. It's hard to see most of the time, but it's there. It's a nice touch. Anyway. It has to be around here somewhere. By Azora's tits. Oh, speaking of which, he was ranking the waifus of Skyrim. And there was this one with an extremely large chest, and he goes, the first thing you may notice about her is that she is a filthy outlander, which will automatically deduct points. Of course, he does bring that second part up, but it's kind of funny. Most people would notice that first. He's like, the first thing you may notice is that she's a filthy outlander. Anyway. I need to find that switch. Pretty sure there's another one earlier on, but I never could find it the first time around. I love the fact that the water has physics to it. It sort of did in the GameCube original, but sadly it was removed in the Wii version. But at least they re-added it. Now let's see. There's a fourth switch around here somewhere, but I still have yet to find it. I'm sure it's around here somewhere. Oh well, maybe once I kill everything, I'll get a better view. So far, nothing. The switches are illuminated. So cool. Take this. Does this look pretty or what? I think it looks dynamite. Uh-oh. We got pirates here. Where'd that guy go? Apparently the devs in Retro Studios actually want to remaster 2 and 3 like they did with this one, which would be awesome. I would love to see Metroid Prime 2 get the same treatment. Mostly because Quadraxis. Quadraxis is one of my favorite bosses in not only Metroid, but in all of video games. He's that good in my opinion. Yeah, I agree, let's hope they do, especially Prime 2. Prime 3 was for the Wii, so it hasn't aged nearly as bad. I mean, if you put it through emulation, you put it to full HD, it actually holds up pretty well. But Prime 2 is for GameCube, so it could use it more, you know? Prime 1 definitely needed it. Well, comparatively speaking. Yeah, funny, Vegzy. You're talking like opposite ends of the spectrum there. A real annoyance. Anyway. I need to find all the switches to turn the door on. That's 3 of them, now I just need 1 more. If I can ever figure out where it is. People have actually commented that for some reason in the Metroid Prime remaster, the thermal visor is blurred. So it looks closer to how it did in the original, despite this being of a much higher resolution. Some people weren't big fans of that, considering through Dolphin, the original Metroid Prime and the trilogy had a much higher resolution under that, so it made the thermal visor look a lot crisper too. But here they sort of emulated the blurriness of the GameCube version original. Ah, well, what do you know, the final switch was right near the door. Maybe I should pay more attention. Although, I probably couldn't have gotten up there the first time, just because of the gravity suit. When you lack it, you can't jump very far. Anyway, time to move on. Yeah, you gotta find all these. What do we have here? Save room, cool. That'll make things a bit easier. And I'm really glad that it no longer crashes on me. Or at least, it doesn't seem to so far. I don't want to jinx it. Because up ahead is Phazon Mines, and that's going to be an arduous task. I don't know if any of you know this, anyone who hasn't played Metroid Prime before, but yeah, that one's a bit of a doozy. It's probably about the farthest you go without a save room in the game. So yeah, it might be a good idea to have things be stable, you know? Also, I'm really glad that I decided to look over there. Because if you miss that and then you go all the way up, that's gonna suck. Because then you're just gonna have to go all the way back down. You know? Ain't nobody got time for that. What do you know? I found the second one. Hey, Gary. How's it going? Let's see. Okay, I found that one, I found that one. I should be good to go for at least a little ways. Oh, jeez, you stupid tentacle. Thou shalt love the tentacle my ass. Thou shalt hate the tentacle and everyone who loves it. If you love the tentacle, then we are probably going to be on opposite ends of that. Because the tentacle sucks. You're welcome to your own opinion, but it is one that I will not share. Oh, okay. Well, at least you made it. I'm glad you can make it. Oh, good. Look at that. I got all of them. Vegsy, to quote Duke Nukem, "Take your tentacles back to Japan, you sick freaks." Obviously, that was a joke, because there's a stereotype of tentacles being a thing over there for some reason. I'm sure it's just a stereotype, though, and doesn't actually mean anything. Especially something beginning with a certain H word, and beginning with, "Bye to this conversation." Oh look, it's an auto turret. I'm surprised you could survive down here. Probably because this section hasn't flooded yet. Oh jeez. Wow, that one's tougher. I think it took like 4 rockets to kill. Damn, talk about armor plating, huh? Anyway, I'm probably not gonna find any down here. Oh, great, these things again. Well, at least they're pretty easy to kill, all things considered. Nice explosion. You've seen things, huh? Can't say I blame you. I've seen things too. Things that no ordinary man should. Let's just leave it at that. What do we have here? Cordite's doors, structural integrity below safety tolerances. I wonder what that means. Well, if this doesn't work, I give up. Nice, it worked. Maximum missile carrying capacity increased by 5. We now have 85 rockets. That's not bad. I'm a rocket man, burning out his fuse up here alone. And how long is this door gonna take to open? And I know it's gonna be a long, long time. Oh, this door has no power. Maybe I should read. In my defense, Metroid Prime sometimes takes forever to open doors, so I just assumed it was taking forever to open. Duh, it's obviously not receiving power, are you stupid? Yes, I'd say thoroughly. But that is beside the point. Oops. I should probably switch to the appropriate beam, too. You need a certain visor, you need a certain beam. Soon you'll need certain boots, too. Just so you can curb stomp. Well, that's 2 of them. I'm pretty sure I need 3 of them, though. Oh. There was an intermediary step. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm probably not. I'm probably butchering it. I apologize. There was a step in the middle. Oh. It was on the computer the entire time. Isn't that novel? This is a perfect example of an area that looks fantastic. It looks gorgeous, but I wouldn't exactly put it on my top 5 locations in the game or anything, at least from a gameplay perspective. Pretty much every room is find these things. And it's a crapshoot, and a door will require that or not. You might have to do some backtracking. How dare they? Well, now we know this one has one. Oh look, it's these guys again. Isn't that just super? And now I'm forced down to the ground. That's just beautiful. Take this. Yeah, boy. Huh. You're now a proud owner of a stand notorious big. Awesome. I can't wait to have a stand that only really activates when I die. I hope his stand had some kind of secondary use while he was alive. Because that would suck, being basically useless as a stand user unless you die. How would you even know? I mean, he had to have known somehow. Although, apparently the reason why Araki switched from Hamon to stands is because he didn't want the protagonist to have to keep learning Hamon. So maybe he somehow instinctively knew that his stand would activate and become relentless when he died. Or maybe it still works when he's alive, but it's not as effective because they could just go after him. You know? Kind of like Yellow Temperance. That would make sense, I think, actually. Maybe Notorious Big works the same when he's alive, but the thing is, it also works when he's dead, so it would be like a Yellow Temperance situation if he was alive. You know, where he's still vulnerable as a stand user, and then that would also take care of the stand, or at least weaken the stand. That would make sense. But obviously, without the stand user as the weakness part, since he could die and it would still work. Then again, they touched his body, so maybe touching his body is the trigger. Or at least, maybe they just thought that. Morph ball jumping is great, isn't it? Uh-oh. There we go. I'm getting the hang of this. Ah, 2 energy tanks. Worst JoJo villain. That's a good question. I don't know, maybe one of the zombies. Actually, I have to think about that. Well, I did say that Ebony Devil was kind of disappointing. The whole idea was supposed to be that... Okay, I guess I'm out. Cool. But anyway, Ebony Devil might be the most disappointing because supposedly its ability is supposed to be it becomes more powerful the more hatred the user has towards you, which is why he allowed himself to get stabbed up by Polnareff. But then it just ended up being a doll. It didn't seem like it gained very much power. It's more like it was just a small target, you know? It was harder to hit. It didn't seem like it became very powerful. Unless his hatred somehow allowed it to possess better, more advantageous things? I mean, what sense does that make? You know? I think Notorious Big is basically Ebony Devil, but much better. It has the same concept of you attack the stand and you're basically screwing yourself... I mean, you attack the stand user and you're basically screwing yourself over, but... it's done much better. In my opinion. Ah, shit. Well, I found a shortcut. Isn't that lovely? Although I don't think I can go up to it quite yet. Well, I'll have to keep going forward. This ought to be fun. Guess where this is? It's Phazon. Remember that Thardis fight? For those of you who don't remember, the giant rock monster that had blue stuff coming out of it? Yeah, that was a hint at what's to come. That wasn't a one-off thing. The game revolves around this intensive radioactive object known as Phazon. Access to Phazon Mines East granted. Basically, the space pirates want to harvest it. It makes you more powerful, but it also causes you to go mad. And it seems to mind control you, and in Metroid Prime 3, it seems to be controlled by the will of Metroid Prime, aka Dark Samus. I had to get up 5 minutes ago. Were you singing Meatloaf? Can I do anything for love? Well, at least the Empress had a badass Joseph moment. That's probably the closest you'll get to seeing Part 2 Joseph in Part 3. He even makes the "what you'll say next is" line. Next you'll say, "Please stop it, I beg you! Please just stop it, I beg you!" Ah. It was a nice moment. Although some people think that Alessi was a missed opportunity because here's the Phazon Mines. Because he makes people younger, and if he had used his stand on Joseph, he would have inadvertently given himself a beatdown. That would have been funny, but it's also kind of funny that you've basically got 8-year-old Jotaro who doesn't even have a stand, then he just pummels him with his bare fists. That was kind of funny too. Okay. Do you see this save room? You see the save room right here? This is the only save room that we're going to be seeing for a while. So buckle in. If I die at any point between now and when I get the power bombs, I have to do it entirely over again. This is the most infamous part of Metroid Prime, except maybe the artifacts. Right here. So that ought to be fun, huh? I better start dodging. And maybe conserve my ammo a bit. Alright, this ought to be fun. Luckily, while that is my only real spot for a save, it's obviously not going to be the last opportunity for me to gain health back and missiles and things like that. Thankfully. Well, let's do it. Let's just do this thing. I could potentially lose as much as a half hour of progress. Ah, fun. Huh. Yep, time for the gauntlet, Gary. Plenty of these things, too. That's how you can know it isn't going easy on you. I need to keep this charged. Yeah, you see, if you destroy it with the wave beam, it will start malfunctioning, so you have to stay behind cover until it's completely destroyed. Auto turret malfunction. Huh. Okay then. Oh boy, this is where the elemental space pirates start showing up. Or not. Huh. I guess it's just shadow pirates for now. That's good, they only have melee weapons. They rely on their cloaking ability, but it's useless with the thermal visor. So once you have the thermal visor, these guys are basically just space pirates without projectiles. Lucky me, huh? And my health is full. It's like I said, Gary, this is really gonna put that to the test. How well this holds up. And can you imagine if I was using that other setup still? Oh boy. I'd probably never make it past this spot. I was able to sort of BS my way through it before, but I probably wouldn't have been able to make it this far without a save if it was like it was. This is where we use elemental pirates. Luckily, I've got the right one for it. Yeah, no kidding, Gary. Thankfully, these ones are plasma wave beam pirates. But they still fire projectiles. I find it weird, though. They don't actually utilize the wave beam. The only thing their colors do is determine which beam you need to hit them. Why would they do that? That's kind of stupid. I know it's done for gameplay purposes, but that doesn't make any sense, does it? They're basically announcing what beam they're weak to, what beam they're vulnerable to. If you're only going to be vulnerable to one type of beam, why would you announce it by color-coding yourself? That's just stupid. If they were utilizing the wave beam themselves, that would make sense, because they were colored by the wave beam. But as it is, they're basically just saying to Samus, hey, if you want to beat us, use the wave beam. Bendesium. Bendesium basically means power bomb, which I do not have yet. But I will. Yeah, more Phazon. Oh boy. That's the only bad thing about it, firing a few shots in this version before charging. You can't stun lock them nearly as easily. Well, I mean you can, but you gotta use missiles too. If you alternate between it and the missile launcher, you can charge it immediately. But that's the downside. Well, at least I'm doing good. I'm doing pretty good so far in terms of resources. I haven't lost a single energy tank yet. That's good. And I should probably emphasize the wave beam. Oh, I remember. I remember now. At one point, I'm gonna have to face a pirate elite. That's gonna suck. I remember. When I was Let's Playing this on YouTube, the trilogy version, I ended up dying to one of those things. And that ended it. Oh, I'm not going to be enjoying that. Obviously, I'm not going to be fighting that one just yet, because you need platform systems active. You need the power bomb to fight that one. And I think you need to fight that one to get an artifact. But thankfully, I don't have to fight it yet. That would really suck. Where are those damn pirates hiding at? They're waiting for me. Oh, I see. Oh boy. Yeah, you can see I'm starting to drop health fast. I need to get some health back and fast. Their shots can really do you in if you get in the middle of them. Oh boy. I'm now missing 2 of my energy tanks. This is why this is a gauntlet, alright. Wait, what does the other one do? Is that what the other one just a research log or something? Bioform Samus Aran has made planetfall on Talon 4. The hunters among us. All units are hereby ordered to attack Aran on sight. Terminal forces authorized. Report all sightings of Aran to Security Command at once. There's just one problem with that. Pretty hard to do that if you're dead. And the hunter, aka Samus Aran, tends to kill on sight. Or at least kill on them shooting at her, which they always do. Why do I get the feeling there's going to be regular beam pirates up there? Or even ice pirates? Nope, it's power beam pirates. Yeah, boy. Take this. Take this, asshole. Huh. Glad I did that. That should make things a little bit easier. The less pirates to shoot shit at me, the better, you know. I remember this. You gotta use a drill.
Recording to logbook.
Standard spinner device. Awesome. What exactly do Samus eat? Probably the same things a normal human would. Failure to comply with this order is an act of treason. Oh, I see. Attention all units, report to your battle stations. You gotta bomb your way out. And then you gotta press this again to activate the laser. I'm a firing my laser! Brrr. Even though that's the way out, there is something else that I can grab here. And it would probably be to my distinct advantage to do so. Structural integrity at 44%. Further pulse beam exposure could cause collapse. Well, to be fair, most protagonists don't eat anything. Do you see the Doom guy eat anything? Exactly. Heck, the only thing my character's consumed on Morrowind is potions. Technically, you can eat food ingredients, but there really isn't that much of an advantage to do so. And the health regen makes even potions redundant most of the time. It seems I need 3 boosts for each increment. Let's see if that got me anywhere. Why do I get the feeling it's one of those? It's gonna be the very last one that is even possible to try. Never too late to become a skooma addict. Oh, that reminds me of what that Dagoth Yor AI said. Moon and star? More like moon, sugar, and star. You're thinking of Fallout. That's the one with a cannibal perk. In fact, there's actually a distinct perk in Fallout New Vegas called the Meat of Champions, where you basically have to devour the corpse of every major leader in Fallout New Vegas, and then that perk gives you buffs temporarily whenever you eat a corpse after that. So basically you have to lock yourself out of every path except for the Yes Man path, because you're basically killing all the other faction leaders. True story. I guess if you're that devoted to cannibalism, you probably wouldn't be accepted anywhere anyway. Except the Yes Man, because the Yes Man, he just accepts everyone. This ought to be fun. I could just jump down there, but... Ow. See, this is part of the gauntlet. That's true. But Mr. House doesn't approve of it. They're not exactly a main faction leader in this. Oh boy. I'm running out of health. Son of a bitch. Take this, you asshole. If I keep running out of health like this, I'm gonna be screwed. Because I still have to fight the elite pirate at some point. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Very bad. For my health. Now let's see. Okay. Oh, I need to bomb it. I guess that makes sense. Oh boy, I've only got 2 energy tanks left, and not even fully. This could be a problem. Potentially. Hopefully not. Like I said, if you die, you have to do everything all over again. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, now I see. It's even color-coded for your convenience. Literally shows you which one. Yeah, this puzzle is part of it too. Because if I die, I gotta do this all over again too. Won't that just be a pain in the ass? Come on. Thank you. Really appreciate it, my friend. Oh, a bunch of dirty pirates. I bet their hats are made out of straw. That's how dirty they are. Yes, that's a reference. Ah, shit. Oh boy. Oh, thank God. Sometimes my charge beam button fails to produce the results I want. Rotation control unit blocked by partial collapse of Bendesium wall. In other words, I can't go over there yet. Oh boy. This is bad. Come on. Oh, jeez. Actually, I can do something about this. I know what I can do. I can just do that. This might have been harder in the original Metroid Prime, but not here. There we go. That's much better. See? There is a way you can make things mildly easier for yourself in some circumstances. Not always, but sometimes. Well, this is a nice spot. You can actually see the crater right here. And it looks so much better on Remastered, obviously. The impact site. Yeah, it's probably not that impressive now that I think about it. It's just a dirty crater. Still really cool, though. Ow. Why did that hurt me? Probably because it's explosive. Why did that give me a missile? I was already full of missiles. Jerk. Why can't you give me more health? I need more health. I am desperately low on health right now. Okay, maybe not desperately low, but I'm getting there. I'm a little bit low on health. Wow, look at that. I just straight up killed that pirate. Is that hilarious or what? And I got myself a missile tank. If I can get the damn thing. You need some time in here, Bobby. Missile expansion acquired. Bitchin'. Yeah, that's bitchin' alright. Anyway. Nicely done. Maybe that'll make things a little bit more manageable. Oh, this is where it begins, isn't it? If I die, I'd put in a good run. This is where I died the first time, so I'm a little nervous. Elite Pirate, Phazon Enhanced Space Pirate, incredibly strong, armored. I don't have save states, unfortunately. Even if I wanted to, I don't have access to those on this. What do you think this is, Dolphin? Their massive size can be a weakness, and their sluggish speed allows for evasion and quick attacks. Oh boy. Let's look for every advantage we can here. Force field engaged, deactivation required for progress. Yeah. This damn thing. The Elite Space Pirate. Unit has extreme thermal signature. Oh boy. Okay, maybe I can beat him. Maybe I remembered wrong. This doesn't seem that bad. Maybe it's just because I was using Metroid Prime Trilogy, and I was using a capture card on native hardware. Maybe that made things harder than it needed to be because reflexes weren't what they should have been. He doesn't seem that bad. Wow, I remembered this wrong, didn't I? I was dreading him and he didn't even get a single hit on me. Huh. That must have given me a disadvantage back then. Using a capture card, I think it actually delayed the input a bit. If I remember correctly. Oh, okay. You gotta be on the same side as the computer. Okay. Well, I managed to make it... You have to shoot it very hard. Well, I technically did that. The only problem is... The actual space pirates are still not a walk in the park. Oh, shit. That one's a nice one. Well, that's a plus. Nice! I got a whole energy tank back from that. That's awesome. Maybe I'll survive after all. Get iced, bitch. Ooh, I'm doing good. I'm doing a lot better than I thought I would. I guess it just goes to show that sometimes you psych yourself out for no reason, you know? I guess it's better to be overly cautious than to be overly cocky, you know? Oh boy. We've come to another dead end. It is clear now that we will never discover the locations of the artifacts. There is a really funny one. I want to try to find it. Maybe it's over here somewhere. Finding the artifacts. Sorry, but I'm not Ilisera. In my opinion, Mami Tomoe is better. There have been numerous incidents. Chozo ruined sites. Analysis continues on the cursed ruins. If you ask me, Ilisera mostly doesn't like Mami because both times that Homura faced Mami, kind of, one of them was an actual fight, the other one was basically just threatening her. Both times she ended up bound up because Mami immediately used ribbons on her. Go figure. Even if you have something as broken as Time Stop, you can still be beaten if the other person is just smarter. Probably the only thing that Homura has over Mami is that she's more psychologically stable. I will give her that. Mami is very psychologically unstable if she finds out that they turn into witches. So I'll give that to Homura. Mostly because there's something she can actually do about it. I mean, if there wasn't anything she could do about it, she would probably be just as screwed up as Mami, but whatever. Mami is a lot smarter than her, and in my opinion has a much more dynamic ability too. She makes things. Out of ribbon, but still. Uh-oh. Luckily there's actually a way that I can use these to my advantage. You see, they drop energy. Don't look at me like that. This has been quite a grind. I want to make sure that I go into the next room at full tilt, you know? I think I deserve that. I think I should be at full tilt and not be half dead when I go into the next room. But then again, that's just me. Then again, the next boss isn't really that tough. Or mini-boss? I don't know if it counts as a boss or not. It's actually pretty weak. You basically... Apparently it doesn't have that much health. You basically just find out where it is. Ooh, it's 69. Cool. So much for that. Okay. I'll get my health up to a 99. I'll get this next energy tank completely full and then that'll be it. Or maybe I'm just being overly cautious again. Because, remember, I psyched myself out with the elite space pirate and then I killed him in like 2 seconds. Well, not 2 seconds, but you know what I mean. Without even getting hit. See, now this was a good time for me to have healed myself a bit, don't you agree? I think the war of attrition is a bullshit one. If you're gonna beat me, it better be on your own merits. Oh. Wait a minute. Was there another pirate elite that I had to fight? Not that it matters, because I beat him. Man, this is a grind. I don't remember this part. I remember going straight there. See what I mean? Are you starting to get a good idea now? That last save room that I used? I have to go back to that if I die at any point during this. So you can understand why this is kind of infamous. You've got to go through a lot before you get back to a save room. Until I get the power bomb, I'm not going to be able to save. This area is a bit infamous among Metroid fans. I guess they didn't want to rob you of the challenge. That's why they didn't add anything. Or access to anything. There better not be another elite pirate that I have to do. Infused it far beyond our safety restrictions, and the results have been extremely encouraging. Increased its mass exponentially, but it has retained all mental faculties and shows dexterity with all elite weaponry. Cool. Super. I don't want to fight them yet. You can't make me. Right, okay. For some reason... Maybe this is where it is. Ah, this is where it is. Okay, good. It wasn't too much farther. Yeah, the challenging part of this is that you can't lock onto it because it's using a cloaking device. You know, there is a way I can cheese it though. This allows you to lock onto it. Take that, bitch. Oh, fuck, I forgot to... Oh, wait, no, you can't do that anyway. You can't lock onto it, so you couldn't scan it even if you wanted to. Yeah, now I remember. Yeah, this is where the power bomb is. We're nearly there. Now I just need to get the power bomb and it'll be complete. Multiple safety system malfunctions detected. Units should be taken offline immediately. Good luck with that. Lock system engaged. Secure the area to unlock door. Cool. Collapse Bendezium wall. Bendezium basically just means power bomb it. You'll find that out soon enough. Now, this is where you gotta be a little bit careful because this is electrified, obviously. It's more of a puzzle than anything else. Gotta tread that needle, man. Luckily, these slopes help give you a bit of a safety net, but not much. As you can see. Luckily, I've got 5 energy tanks, so I should be fine. I seriously doubt I'm gonna die to this. But you never know, you know? Oh, that actually worked. Awesome. I think this is the way. Then again, I could be wrong. Neat. Ah, I got it. Sweet. Is that a badass way to introduce a power-up or what? Power bomb acquired! While in Morph Ball mode, press R to release a power bomb. Well, power bombs can destroy tougher materials than Morph Ball bombs. Bitchin'. Frickin' bitchin', man. Okay. You know what this means? In addition to having more power, I can finally fucking save. I don't think I was ever in danger of actually dying, but holy shit, it's so good to be at a save station, you know what I mean? I made it in one go, awesome. I made it in my first run. I must be getting a little better at this. Then again, I'm not technically running it on Veteran because Veteran was locked. This is only a normal mode, which isn't the hardest, but still. Thanks, Vegsy. Now, Bendezium. Guess what that is? It's something you can destroy with the power bombs. I'm glad I made it past that spot. That is the most arduous spot, and I made it past it, which is awesome. Also, there's a trick to this area that someone told me about. Watch this. Now, I could have gone after those turrets, but you can also do this. There's obviously a secret that nobody knows about, except everybody knows about it. Watch this. Auto turret disabled. Mega turret. Perimeter defense turret reinforced with energy shielding. Frustrated with interior armor plating on standard defense turrets, the Space Pirates added energy shielding to a modified heavy cannon. The new shielding and increased beam strength makes the mega turret an efficient power point defense weapon. Unless you just turn them off. That is pretty clever. If you're actually paying attention, you can take them down without a fight. Cryotank failure. Bioform life signs are at a flat line. Well, that sucks. Does this... Wow. That is a weird thing to ask, Vexy. Well, they won't have to worry about using one when I'm done with them. Look at that, you can actually see Samus's reflection. How cool is that? Got me a little bit of health back, too. They may have been defenseless, but that doesn't mean I won't destroy them. They had it coming, I assure you. Ah, look at that. Oh yeah, you need the X-ray visor to go any further here. Although you can do something funny here. Warning, force field disengaged. Metroid containment area will be breached. Want to see something really fun? You can get revenge on these bastards. Feast, my pretties. Feast! I just want to watch them. Oh, that's great. Suck them dry. Oh, okay. I was about to say. Okay. Just don't kill me. Not that you could, but you know. Yeah, the standard tactic of just freezing them and then putting a missile on them still works. Go figure. That was great, though, wasn't it? They got their shit wrecked. This is what happens when you try to keep one of the biggest predators in the entire game as pets. Synthetic Metroid ration mix processing in progress. Well, too bad. They took all this time to make some kind of synthesized rations for the Metroids, but the Metroids would rather feast on their faces instead. Take that, bitch. Spectral analysis complete. Spectral increase at Talon site. Yeah, you gotta get the X-ray visor now. Life Grove. Julio. Yeah, that's the game not so subtly telling you, hey, idiot, you gotta go back. You can't go any further until you do. Because there are invisible platforms here that you can't see in any other of your visor modes. You gotta use the X-ray visor. The cool thing about the X-ray visor, though, is that you can see Samus's hand inside the arm cannon. It's so cool. And she actually makes different hand gestures for the different beams. It's things like that that really bring it together, you know? At least in my opinion. Okay. This is kind of fun. Very nice. Oh yeah, I can also get the Grapple Beam, which I probably should. You know? Might just come in handy. Besides, that's the one thing that Samus had at the beginning of the game that she still doesn't have now. So if I get it, then she'll basically have all of her stuff back. In addition to a lot of other stuff, of course, but, you know. Take that, bitch. Okay, that sucks. The missile didn't work on them. I mean, it probably will if you use enough of them, but... eh. That's some nice looking ice, isn't it? Nice ice to go with your rice. Man, those guys are annoying. Christ. Now that I have access to save rooms again, I'm going to subsequently use all of them until I'm blue in the face. Nothing gives you an appreciation for save rooms like being cut off from one. And unlike Dolphin, I didn't even have the option to save state, which means I really was having to go without. Isn't that crazy? This is me we're talking about. I have actually gotten myself in unwinnable positions by save scumming too much. That just shows that maybe I should do that less often. Especially in the middle of a fight. You save state in the middle of a fight, you're basically asking for trouble. As I've learned the hard way. Because you could easily get yourself into a death loop. That's harder to get through than it would be to just not save so often. From now on, I've given a rule to myself. Even if I can save anytime I want, whether quick saves or otherwise, I should only save state after I've cleared out an area. I think that's fair. Don't you? Diavolo says hi. I see what you did there. What have you wrought on me, golden experience requiem? Phazon processing and security systems are taxing the dynamo beyond safety tolerances. Though the conversion to geothermal is easing the drain on our systems and is not enough, further power use could lead to system failure. Well, it did. I mean, I blew it up, but... shit. The point is, it did lead to failure. The fact that I blew it up also helped. Anyway. Wait a minute. Unit modified for elite pirate storage. Awesome. Cool. I will let you know when I care. Oh great, it's another elite pirate. Take this, asshole. Oh, isn't that cute? He thought he could do something. Bruh, you suck. You were only intimidating before because I didn't have a save room to go back to. You're pathetic. Now that I do have a save room to fall back on. You're pathetic, mate. Okay, I've got every scan data information about him that I'm going to have. Take that, bitch. Doors unlocked. I love that. That's cute for some reason. Cryo sleep tank damaged. Immediate maintenance required. Gonna need a little more than maintenance to fix that. I think you might need some duct tape, I tell you what. Those pirates just ain't right. Metroid activity accelerating in non-frigid areas. I wonder how powerful these pirates would be in the One Piece universe. Then again, they don't have devil fruits, but they do have tech. And tech is pretty damn useful too. In fact, tech was so effective, functional but offline. An activation panel must be nearby. Actually, it's probably right here. Ah, there we go. Want to see something hilarious? You ever heard the phrase, when the shit hits the fan? Watch this. What do you know? Those little shits hit the fan, didn't they? No? I thought it was funny. Another energy tank. I love energy tanks. Energy capacity increased by 100. Yeah. Lieutenant, I'm a Superman. I'm trying to keep the ground on my feet. Seems the world is falling down around me. Sorry, for some reason whenever I use those half pipes, I have to think of Tony Hawk. So I just start randomly singing songs from the Tony Hawk games. Take this. Would you stand still? Thank you. Thank you for your patronage. You'd think they would abandon the cloaking technology because it doesn't even work for them anymore. All they're doing is crippling themselves. Planetary stealth technology is back online. We've evaded detection. Well, unfortunately for you, it's not working on me. Replacement of standard hatch covers continues. Steel covers will be replaced with cordite and bendensium covers and 2 decacycles. Mike Hawk instead. Ah, it's great. Well, there is a guy named Mike V, who is a skater, a well-known one. He was actually in at least Tony Hawk's Underground 2. But yeah, probably not what you meant. Phazon infused fungal harvesting continues. Security requests deployment of elite pirates in Metroid quarantine areas. Metroid areas is not acceptable. The configuration of security drones authorized. There is a really funny one about them trying to replicate Samus's morph ball and failing miserably. I want to see if I can find that one, because it's funny. Evaluation of plasma artillery cannons is complete. Flaw has been discovered. Awesome. Security alert, computer systems compromised. Has cracked our systems. The hunter can access our system at will and is able to bypass most of our security programs. Use manual locking systems when possible. Facility commands request for elite pirate transfer to security forces granted. Talon Metroid aggression levels are rising. Be alert for any attempts by Talon Metroid to escape from quarantine areas. Right. Ah, here we go. I think this is it. Analysis indicated that the hunter is using morph ball technology to infiltrate our facilities. Recalibrate sensors to search for morph ball energy. Okay, that's not the one. Damn it. I swear to God, there's a seriously hilarious one where they try to replicate Samus's morph ball and they fail miserably. It's hilarious. I want to find it. Take this, asshole. Oh boy. Get back up, Sonny Jim. Okay, this is the Shadow Pirate. Phazon Nutrient Vat. Elite Pirate Ration Processing in progress. So I guess that tank is arbitrarily for the Elite Pirates and the other one is for Metroid, so what's the difference? There probably isn't any difference. Shipment of military grade is en route to Talon 4. Okay, that's just the same as the first one. Cool. What do we have here? Ooh. Wait a minute. Where does this one go? Where does this door go, I wonder? It's been a while. I don't quite remember everything. Ah, I see. Nice. A shortcut. Let's just love shortcuts. They're just great, aren't they? They cut straight to the chase. Huh. Look at that. It's this area. You know, this area. That good old area right here. Oh shit. I'm gonna fall straight into the Phazon. Yep, I told you. See, I know myself well enough to know that that was about to happen. If I fall, I always fall just straight to the bottom. Okay, where are those damn pirates at? I better get to higher ground. I wouldn't want them to pull an Obi-Wan Kenobi on me. Those in the know will know. Take this, asshole. How about a little more firepower? Nice. Come on. Oh, that one's still alive. Real shame. Well, now he's not. Take that, bitch. Ah, here we go. Fallen. I just gotta be careful. I could easily end up falling off it again. Very nice. However, I'm not sure if I want to go this way. Darth Vadera. I'm not familiar with that. Also, I want to go back to that main room. The one with the shifting puzzles, because it gets you to the Grapple Beam. And I kind of want to get to the Grapple Beam. Assuming I can get it at this point, I might not be able to. But the game is very good about forcing a certain path on you. Quit sandwiching me, you assholes. Okay, if you want to get around me, I could just powerbomb you. Is that what you want, bitch? You want a nice, hot powerbomb in your face? These pirates sure are annoying. Let's see. It should be that way. I think. Yeah. Yeah, there's the ticket. I actually agree with, I think his name is Nerl. I think the beam doors, once you open them once, should just be unlocked forever, not require you to use the beams over and over again. I mean, it doesn't really take that long to switch over, but it is a bit of annoying. Bit of an annoyance. When you have to switch beams every friggin' time. Aw, isn't that cute? They think they can hurt me. Isn't that just adorable? Like this asshole. Oh boy. I don't think I can aim up there. Oh wait, I can. Kinda. Maybe. How that works. I'm so glad I took the time to get that. It may drain through my missiles, but it also... It's a homing target. It automatically locks in on them. If there's a target you have trouble hitting, that'll get you where you need. Oh great, more Metroids. They may look kind of cute, but I still have to kill them. That's the way it has to be. It's the law of the West. Okay, moving on. Hey, Diego. I just passed the infamous run part. You know, the part where the Phazon Mines take forever to get to a save room. I got to it, and now I've got the power bomb. Awesome, don't you think? Where does it have to face? I should probably check. Oh, we've got it. Awesome. At least I think so. Can't tell. I think it might be connected. Maybe. Yeah, it's connected. Good to see you, Diego. Would you stand still already? I mean, this will make you stand still. Take that, asshole. You take that right up your mouth and die. Dying in hell. This is mildly annoying, but it's fine. That should be everything in place now, yes. Take this. Very nice. Let's go, it's a naneku, senkai de tuta, don't care. I don't actually know the words, I'm just spouting random things. That vaguely sounds similar. Okay, let's blow this up. Very nice. You know, just in case you somehow cheated your way up here, they don't want you to get the grapple beam too early. Okay. I never get tired of hearing that. Grapple Beam acquired! Press and hold ZL to lock onto a grapple point and activate the Grapple Beam. Release ZL to stop grappling. Ladies and gentlemen, Samus officially has all of her shit back. That was literally the one thing that you had at the beginning of the game that you didn't have until now. So she got all of her equipment back. Although technically once you get the various suit, you have all of your practical stuff back. And by that I mean anything that's relevant for combat. It isn't really until Metroid Prime 3 that the grapple beam actually matters for combat. Oh, I see. Maybe I get something if I get that far up. I probably do. Or not. Oh boy. Stupid thing. Oh well. Well, that was delightful, wasn't it? And now I'm back at the entrance. Isn't that great? Right, I remembered something. Oh boy. I never did get that missile tank that I'm pretty sure is over here. Son of a bitch. Asshole. Take that, you bastard. Oh boy. Not a fan of the space pirates at all. In case you couldn't tell. Take this, you asshole. Luckily, super missiles are very effective against them. It only cost me 5 missiles, though. You bastard. You deserved that one. And then some. I hope you're rotting. Bastard. Slightly inconveniencing me, will you? There's a cold place in hell for people like you. Andrana drifts. Just kidding. Anywho. I'd better go over here. There's still a missile tank that I haven't gotten yet. And I think it's time. Oh, right. You have to activate it first. Now I remember. Of course it is. Awesome. Don't you just love puzzle elements like that? Brain control's now functional. Awesome. This is what we gotta do. See, there's a missile tank right there. What do we have here? Transfer of building materials is complete. Process of materials for Xenome containment units underway. Report all Phazon mutations to science team immediately. All units with useful munitions will receive an increase in pay and rations. Elite and troop candidates are now being selected by command. Awesome. It's kind of funny how you see logs like this and it makes the space pirates seem as human as anyone else. Like, literally, it makes them seem like they could just be humans in the bodies of reptiles. Real shame they had to lead to a life of crime. And being basically despised by the galaxy. I'm guessing I can't get out of my morph ball, so whatever, I'll just roly-poly into that expansion. Who gives a toss? I mean, really, who gives a flying toss? That's what I'm talking about. Awesome. Okay. Now with that, I think I'm finally ready to get the X-ray visor. As soon as I take care of one last thing first. Good to be back. Always good to be back. Now to get that X-ray visor, or whatever. Gotta love that stutter effect it made. This is just super. Everything's fine. And now we get to play the waiting game. There's just one problem with that suggestion, Vexy. It's Nintendo. Now granted, they did gain Bayonetta, but this is one of their first party titles. You know, where they're not so permissive. They wouldn't allow something that graphic on here. Besides, it probably wouldn't do anything anyway, because it's not like any of these enemies actually bleed red blood anyway, so it wouldn't be that impressive anyway. Yes, I think we can see the intense radiation with our actual eyeballs. But thank you. Is this beautiful or what? In an alien kind of way, almost, because of those blob-ish things over there. But for the most part, it looks pretty. Or at least I like to think so. It's very natural. You bastard. I hate it when that happens. There it is. Jumping up a platform, minding your own business, then some asshole has to knock you down and make you go all the way back up again. I swear it's enough to make my skin crawl. These little freaks have no respect. No respect, I tells ya. Huh, I could have just jumped up here. Crazy concept. Ah, this thing. I remember this thing. Blood flower, able to eject toxic spores. Toxins are poisonous even to the blood flower itself. Indeed. Heh. Ah, the old ice beam and missile launcher combo. Works like a charm. Take this, asshole. What's up here? More shit. I don't mean that in an insulting way, just more stuff. Ah, boy. Say, come on. Come on, champ. Yeah, don't magnetize onto the thing you were just on, okay? Nice. Sure, you can go up that far, but there's really no need to. Actually, this is where I was supposed to go in the first place, so hooray for me! Kind of funny, huh? Rampant weakness due to severe water saturation. Large traces of bendesium detected. That's the game's way of saying, use the power bomb. They're not exactly subtle about it, are they? Oh wait, actually, I could get the other missile combo. Because now I have the means to... Check this out. X-Ray Visor. Hey Vegsy, are you ready to see some bones? X-Ray Visor acquired. Press left to activate Visor. Additional data downloaded to inventory screen. Press minus to access the inventory system. Screen. System screen, who cares? New extras unlocked. That's nice. Behold, X-ray vision. How cool is that? Analysis of wall shows rampant weakness due to severe water saturation. Large traces of bendesium detected. I love how it always says that. Good thing bendesium is everywhere, and it just so happens to be destructible. By me. Right, this is where an artifact is found. I remember this. Ooh, this is pretty. Gameplay-wise, not that much has changed. In fact, one of the few things that I've noticed was different from the original gameplay-wise is that the spore clouds from certain enemies is a lot shorter, which is obviously better, because it means you don't have to wait around as much. But graphically, though, that is beautiful. Look at that. Look at the grass-filled environments. I mean, yeah, it's not the best looking, but keep in mind, this is for the Nintendo Switch, so you can't exactly expect the world now, can you? All things considered, looks damn good. At least I'd say so. Darn it. I'm not making it, but I'm just barely not making it. It makes me think I can make it if I just jump a little better. Then again, maybe there's another spot that's closer. You know, like this. Maybe I should just be smarter. Heck. I said I should be smarter, then I immediately pulled something like that. That's proving my point. Sometimes the camera will shift like that and you have to pull against it. Just going left and right isn't going to be enough sometimes. I love the music too. It has an alien feel to it, but it's also nice. Oh, it's these guys again. Chozo ghosts. But there is a trick to them this time. The X-ray visor allows you to see them at all times. Isn't that beautiful? Oh boy, jerk. Take this, asshole. Heh. That was funny. Son of a... See, you can see Samus's skeleton, too. How cool is that? Chozo Ghost, spectral entity. We've already scanned them before. Do 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 do. Excellent. How lewd you can see her bones. I know, right? It's like the ultimate nudity. This should be rated for nudity because I can see straight through to her bones. You can't get much nuder than that, can you? That's the ultimate nudity right there. Every game that has skeletons in it is technically showcasing the ultimate form of nudity. I'm just saying. What the frick? I think I just glitched through the floor for a second there. Nice. Well, you're not going to see a ribcage. Because the visor immediately gets broken whenever you go into morph ball mode. But at least you can see her hands. Check her hands out. And see what I mean? I'll show you what I mean. When you change which beam you're using, Samus will actually change what hand gesture she's doing. It's a nice touch. That explains how she's able to switch to the different beams. She just does a certain hand gesture. I guess to use the Omega Hyper Ultra Beam, you have to use the middle finger. Can you imagine? If she had some extremely powerful weapon, but you had to use the middle finger as a gesture for it. Okay, this is how you get back there, but I want to know how to get forward. I want to know how to get that artifact. I don't remember how. Maybe there's something in here that needs the X-ray visor to be able to see. Or maybe it's over here. Who knows? There has to be something here. Something that I'm not getting. So I think my microphone might be picking up on my keyboard presses. I can't tell. This is weird. I thought there was something here. Shit. Other than my dumbass falling to the ground. Oh, it must have been up there. Or not. Got to remember. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm going this direction. Yeah, maybe it's this. This might be it. Now, how do I activate this? There was something here. That's where I need to go, of course. Maybe I need to come back here later, but I don't think so. Other than the plasma beam, there isn't really anything that would unlock more areas. I mean, yeah, there's the Phazon suit, of course, but that just prevents you from taking damage from Phazon. It wouldn't actually unlock more areas. Maybe I need to do this. Ah, bingo. There we go. My bad, you just had to use a power bomb. When in doubt, nuke it. Funny, huh? There we go. That's the first of the artifacts. Trust me, that's coming later. Get out of the water already? Or not. Maybe I need to go up on out of the water first. Or not. I don't know. Maybe my jumps just aren't being effective enough. Oh, the frick. How about this? That'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Chozo artifact. Chozo artifact acquired. This is the artifact of Chozo, the 7th of 12. Yeah, that should tell you what we're in for. There are 12 of these things. What the? Ah, right. There we go. Now I have no more reason to stay in here. You can finally leave this area. It's a very beautiful area. But we have to move on eventually, don't we? If I can just learn how to navigate this damn thing properly. In my defense, the camera keeps shifting its angle and it makes it tricky. Devious bastard. making things tricky. How dare you? Nice waterfall. Yep, non sequiturs are king here. Pretty funny. Okay, there we go. You're about to fight Cell. Which Z warrior would you pick to help you? Yamcha, Chaozu, Krillin, or Tien? Well, if I'm looking to actually... Well, actually, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to win either way, so probably Tien. Because at least he can do the most to actually keep Cell occupied. Let's be real, he's the closest one to the human characters to actually doing anything to Cell. Because his Tri-Beam at least kept the second form of Cell busy. That is the most any of them will ever do against any form of Cell. Let's be real. Yeah, Krillin has the Kienzen, but it was basically worthless. He never uses it against the first two forms, and against Perfect Cell it just snaps against his neck harmlessly. Then again, that was in the anime, but it was in Dragon Ball Kai, which was supposed to be more faithful to the manga, which means you could probably say it's canon. Maybe. I mean, if Toriyama gave it a thumbs up, it's probably canon enough. And that his Kienzen probably just wouldn't work on Cell at all. And even if it did, he would just regenerate anyway. So yeah, to reiterate, I would probably go with Tien. At least, he could keep Cell occupied for me, while I just book it. Because there's no way I'm going to do shit to Cell. Let's be real. My best hope is to just get out of there. Then again, Cell probably wouldn't be very interested in me anyway, so... There probably isn't that much of a danger to begin with, but, you know. Anyway. Now that I've gotten the X-ray visor, a lot of things just opened up. I tell you what. I can access even more things. Although I think I should probably head for the Magmore Caverns. But I don't remember how to get over there. Where's the nearest place? Where's the nearest path to the Magmore Caverns? It's all the way over here. That's quite a trek to go through. Well, I may as well go over here to the magma pool and then right here. And while I'm in the neighborhood, why not check out things that I couldn't do before? You know, it just makes sense. Ah. Chozo ghosts are gonna come again. See what I mean? Here you go. Ah, shit. Missed him completely. I guess for some reason the X-ray visor picks up on them. I guess X-rays can see into the soul or something. Not really, but in this case it somehow does. Maybe they're not really ghosts, although it does say that they're spectral. Maybe it's just vague enough to work. Wonder what the ice beam leads to. Let's just mess around and see what happens. You know the quote, mess around and find out. Or F around and find out. Now what's that? A new path has been opened. Super, can't wait to see what that is. Well, it's me face planting. Because I tried to be impatient. Okay, my Chozo ancestor. Dunk that ball. Huh, neat. Ooh, look at that. Another energy tank. One that I probably should have gotten earlier. Maximum energy capacity increased by 100. Bitchin'. I'm doing better. At least I'd like to think so. Ah, that's just dynamite. That's just frickin' stellar. Actually, that's a faster way. Let's go to the left. Don't have to cut through there. Exactly. Why take the fast way when you can just cut through? No, thank you. I don't feel like playing with you today. How do I get the hell out of here? Oh boy, I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Probably right here. Okay. I said TN. If I had to choose. Oh wait, which one of these is the most reliable? Sorry, I was kind of distracted. Future Trunks, Vegeta, Gohan, Goku, or Piccolo? Well, I mean, Goku technically, but that's only because of plot convenience. Goku just has to be the one who's always right in the end. Although Future Trunks is the most practical. If we're going by practicalities, Future Trunks is the most reliable for personality. Goku's just kind of... well, he's too lighthearted and merciful for his own good. Vegeta's just too much of a head that's stuck up his own ass for his own good. Trunks is the one that's actually practical. He's friendly, but against his enemies, he also knows that they pose a threat and just wants to get it over with as soon as possible. So yeah, realistically speaking, I would go with Future Trunks. I only said Goku because, let's be real, plot convenience always makes Goku win everything. Well, until he's scripted to lose. Very rarely. But even then, he tends to pull through. Ironically, most of his losses seem to have come in Super. Even if he was initially wrong about Gohan, he ended up being right. At what point Toriyama forgot about Launch? Probably just after the Cell Saga, Saiyan Saga. Because if I'm not mistaken, at the beginning of the Saiyan Saga, at the beginning of Dragon Ball Z, you saw her with Tien and then she just disappeared. So I'd say probably around that point. When the Frieza Saga began, Launch was pretty much just a memory. A vague memory. You never see her again after that. Well, I mean, the anime does add a moment where there's a much older Launch raising her hands to help with the Spirit Bomb in the Buu Saga, but I think that's anime only, so you can't really credit Toriyama with that. So yeah, Saiyan Saga. Sometime after that, he just forgot about her completely. Hell, he forgot about most of his cast, let's be real. Floor, Oolong, forget about it. Roshi, forget about it. Even most of the human characters, Yamcha especially, forget about him. Yamcha just shows up and he gets his ass kicked by a minion, and that's it. At least Krillin has slightly more respect. He goes up against the main villain and gets his ass kicked. I'd probably say overall it's... both of them have their problems. In Super, he's somehow as powerful as a god. That's not explained. Oh, did he somehow train or something? How do you train your android, your cybernetic parts? Because his original self is human, so that shouldn't be as powerful as Super Saiyan, let alone Super Saiyan Blue. And his cybernetics, you can't really train those. It's what Saitama pointed out in One Punch Man. Genos can't really get stronger by weightlifting or anything like that because he's a cyborg. In the same sense, Android 17 is a cyborg. Also, for someone who dislikes dubs, I'm surprised you're carrying over its mistake. That just shows how well known it is. Calling them androids was a mistake because android is just a robot that has the appearance of human. Technically, 17 and 18 are cyborgs. Remember, Dragon Ball Z, Abridged made fun of that. Huh, we've just been calling them androids. Well, good for you, you're wrong. And they even had a funny callback to that, because 16 actually is fully mechanical, and that's why he couldn't be absorbed by Cell. I am Android 16. Oh, mistakes are made. But yeah, 19 and 16 are the actual androids, 17 and 18 are technically cyborgs. But that does mean, how do they get stronger? And then GT has its own problems, of course. Actually, overall, I think I'd rather go with Super. And I have a reason for it. Oh, shit. Better hurry up. Okay, there we go. Anyway, in GT, absorbing ki to become physically stronger is freaking stupid. Yeah, becoming as strong as Super Saiyan Blue is kinda stupid, but that basically breaks the rules of ki. The thing about 17 and 18 is they had infinite ki. Why would they need to absorb ki? And why would that increase their muscle mass? That makes no sense. It's literally energy. The thing about ki is it's what allows them to do things like energy blasts. You notice that when 19 absorbed the ki, he didn't suddenly become buff. It doesn't work like that. So yeah, I think I'd rather prefer the Super one, because at least it doesn't break the rules about what ki is, you know? Yeah, now that I'm thinking about that, that actually kind of pisses me off a little. Yeah, just a little. "14 and 15 are dead." Good. You mean the Super Android 13 movie? The funny thing is, that's one of the times where I think even you have to admit the dub is better. Because Super Android 13, the sub is just straight up boring. But at least the dub gives them personality. Like, Android 13 himself is like a trucker redneck because of his trucker hat and his appearance. The other ones just the sub just has generic voices that don't really try to give them personality. "Howdy there, I'm Android 13. Look at my trucker hat." He didn't obsess over his hat in the original dub, but he did have that kind of voice to him. "You plumb done did it now, son." Oh, this is super. Nice. Missile expansion acquired. I always thought in Dragon Ball you win a fight if you shout louder than your opponent. I don't know, Goku didn't win the fight against Majin Buu, and I'm pretty sure he had the edge on shouting. He shouted so loud the whole world felt it. Yet he didn't win that fight. I know, I'm just being funny. Although there is one time where shouting actually tore a hole in time and space, so... You think Toriyama did that on purpose just to be funny? How shouting loudly makes them stronger, and all of a sudden, in the Buu saga, they literally shout their way out of the hyperbolic time chamber? Or the room of spirit and time, I guess, if you're a weeb. For crying out loud, we just finished patching that. I was going through a phase. Oh, that was hilarious. You know what Jiro and Bobbity have in common? They learned the hard way that if you have someone that's about 100 times as strong as you, maybe you should be a little nicer to them, and not treat them like shit. Because frankly, you're just asking to get killed. You know what I mean? If you have an underling who could crush you just by breathing on you, maybe you shouldn't be a dick. That's all I'm saying. Maybe you should be a little nicer to them, you know? You want them to be happy. That way they won't get any ideas about killing you in your sleep. Or not even in your sleep. They can just kill you right here. I'm just saying. Just don't be a dick in general. But especially not if you have an underling that's like 1,000,000 times stronger than you. Bad idea. Even if you have something over them, that's not going to hold forever. Eventually, they're going to get fed up. They're going to find out a way to get past whatever it is you hold over them, and then you're dead. Worst part of Namek Arc? Do we count the original Dragon Ball Z filler? Because I think most people would agree that fake Namek was easily the worst part. That was just shit. Luckily, Dragon Ball Kai completely removes it. And Dragon Ball Z Abridged makes fun of it as they skip over it. Okay, no fillers. Let me think then. That's actually a good question because so many of it are pretty airtight. I can't think of any of it that I'd want to remove. Because it's very tense at first and then... Well, actually it's always tense, but it goes from sneaking around and trying to remain hidden while Vegeta just goes around blowing shit up. And then they sort of correlate, they sort of come together. I don't know, what would you say? What would you say is the worst part of the Namek Saga? Other than maybe underutilizing their secondary characters, but they always do that. That's just a Dragon Ball Z problem in general. Hell, Krillin and Gohan didn't even get the win against Goldo. Vegeta had to save their asses, so they didn't even get the win against that. And then Vegeta had to save them against Ginyu, even though they were in a winning position. But Vegeta's still the one that ultimately beat Ginyu. So I don't really count that as a win for them. Maybe. The funny thing is the filler actually does her a favor. Because Ginyu takes over her body and tries to take over Piccolo. Now granted, they just take the frog and then they just quickly turn him back, so it's ultimately not that long, not that big of a deal, but at least it added something, you know? It added some kind of tension. Like, is he actually going to be able to take their bodies over? It adds something, I think. Something to add to it a little bit. Check this out. Check out these mad skills. Now, let's see. Let's see. Nice! I swear to God, I just took a shot in the dark. It's not even scannable. I was like, you know, maybe this is the one. It is. Awesome. Well, that's 2 artifacts down. And I didn't even kill the Omega Pirate yet. This ought to cut down some time later. Chose the artifact acquired. This is Artifact of Nature, the 8th of 12. Bitchin'. Okay, let's move out of this. My Spirit Bomb never worked until the Kid Buu fight. My only guess is that Kid Buu is the most ultimate form of evil. Weirdly enough. Somehow more pure than Frieza. Or maybe it's just because it was a stronger Spirit Bomb. Maybe it's because Frieza does have some qualities in him that could be argued are not as bad. Because at least he does have some kind of mercy. Kinda. Vaguely. I mean, it's not a lot, but he does offer to let Goku work for him before he decides to railroad him. He does give people chances. Unless he's just fed up with you like he was with Vegeta. With Vegeta, he was like, no, screw you, you're dead. But with Goku, at least he offered him a job, so you can say that for Frieza. I don't know, I'm probably reaching here. Obviously, Vegeta wasn't the most evil thing in the world, so that explains why the Spirit Bomb didn't kill him. Even if it did knock the shit out of him. Just like I'm getting knocked the shit out of right now. Maybe I'm getting hit with the Spirit Bomb. Bastard. Look at that missile right there. How do we get over there? I need to figure out how to get over there. I want it. Frieza barely hurts his henchmen while the anime he obliterates them on every occasion. That's true. In fact, some may argue that in most regards the manga version of Super is much better than the anime. Because, I'll give you an example. In one, Beerus goes to a planet, right? He says the food is slightly greasy. He says, okay, then I'll just blow up half your planet. So for having greasy food, he blows up half their planet. Whereas in the manga, they tried to poison him. So at least him blowing them up actually makes sense, you know? It's actually justified. In the anime, he comes off as more of a dick. Just me? I mean, that's the way I'm reading it. Manga, he had a justifiable excuse. They were trying to kill him. Anime, this isn't to my exact specifications. Screw you. I'll blow up half your planet. I'll Thanos snap your ass. Incoming scan data. I mean, he's a god, he can do as he pleases. Yeah, but still. Doesn't mean he's not a dick. Oh, I see. Huh. Go figure. I'm exactly where I needed to be. I was just screwing around, really. Isn't it funny how this works? You think you're just screwing around and doing as you please, but really you were doing the game's bidding this entire time? I don't know how to get that missile tank, though. I'll probably have to go back to that later. Or not. Who knows? We'll just have to find out, won't we? I guess we'll just have to find out, won't we? Dynamite. I find it funny how there's an energy crisis in the real world, but I guess not in Metroid. They have enough energy to randomly have floating platforms that are jet propelled, and even just these platforms that are moved up and down by jet propulsion. Clearly they don't have an energy issue. Super. Okay then. Excellent. Have I gone in any of these areas before? Well, obviously I have. I've gone into that transport room. I think there's something up here. I'm basically just going into random rooms and seeing what's in them. You know? I don't really remember where anything is. I obviously didn't look anything up. It was just a stroke of blind luck that I managed to get that pillar. I knew it was in a pillar somewhere. Okay, so maybe in that sense, I am going off of old knowledge because I knew it was in a pillar somewhere, but I didn't know it was in that one specifically. That one was luck. Pretty sure there's something up here. Ah, spinner device. Collapsible suspension bridge is functional but lacks power. Probably because you gotta do this. Awesome. Oh, okay. Oh boy. Huh. I could have gone here much sooner, but better late than never, huh? It's always good to eventually get down to doing things. Plus, it gives you even more appreciation for how beautiful this game is. And I found another artifact. Bitchin'. Wait a minute, I could have gotten a Chozo artifact once I got the double jump and boost ball? Awesome. You found 50% of all items. New extras are unlocked in the main menu. What were the best times of video games? 70s, 80s, 90s, 10s, or now? I get the feeling that anything you answer is going to be a little biased. I guess I would say overall the 90s, just because that's when 3D really came into play. Fuck. Pretty much everything that came after it was building off of that era. But then again, the 80s and the 70s did lead to things, and the Double O's are arguably when it started becoming cinematic without becoming bogged down by certain kind of things, if you know what I mean. But overall, I'd probably have to say 90s, just because it's when a lot of things really came into their own. I mean, it's when Super Metroid released. Arguably, Super Metroid and Symphony of the Night kick-started the Metroidvania genre, and they came out in the 90s, I think. I think Symphony of the Night also came out in the 90s, but I don't remember specifically. Okay, gotta go the other way. And then, of course, you've got Doom, and then you've got Duke 3D and Quake. It was a real boom for first-person shooters. And, of course, Half-Life. Hell, Half-Life and Quake are still inspiring games today. 90s. That's just dynamite. Check this out. Ice Spreader acquired. This powerful attack uses 10 missiles using the Ice Beam. Hold ZR8 to charge, then press R to fire. Cool. New extras unlocked in the main menu. Bitchin'. It's basically the missile combo for the Ice Beam. So now I've got missile combos for everything except the one beam I don't even have yet. The Thermal Beam. But that's coming. Also, its one is kind of suckish. Will gaming ever experience its renaissance? Well, I guess it depends on who you're asking. Oh, fuck. I think we may be at the beginning of it, if you think about it. Now, I don't want to make any assumptions, but... Now, you can say a lot of things about Hogwarts Legacy, but I think one thing you can at least give it credit for is that it wasn't heavy-handed in its elements. Not to mention, it proved to the industry that the people who whine on Twitter are not the majority. Because if you notice... They threatened it with boycotts, they told everyone to boycott it, they threatened people with harassment and all this bullshit. And the game is still selling like hotcakes. You know what that says to any game company? Don't listen to these people. Just make games for gamers. You will get far more money. Notice how when you pander to them, you tend to get games that don't sell that well. You get Forspoken. You listen to them, you get Forspoken. You listen to gamers, you get Hogwarts Legacy. Which would you rather have if you're a game company? I don't know about you, but I'd rather have Hogwarts Legacy. Just me? I mean, that's the one that's selling like hotcakes, so... You know. I guess you're not required to listen to that, but hey. If you like money, you probably should. But, you know. Again. Just gonna tell you what I'd do. I would rather it be Hogwarts Legacy... than freaking Forspoken. The one that nobody even talks about anymore because I hear it's kind of bad. The writing is definitely bad. I just blew shit up with my mind? Cringe. Also, you can do this. Check that out. Ah, shit, I blasted the wrong thing. Come on, asshole. I'm gonna continue a little longer, just because Metroid is that kind of game where you can't really stop playing until you reach a save room, and it would be a shame to quit now. Just to backtrack while we're already over here. Yeah, if you notice, okay, that puff cloud remained a little bit, but it doesn't seem like they stick around as long as they did in the original Metroid Prime, which is nice. Apparently one of the biggest criticisms of the Remastered is that with free aim, you can't really hit those with accuracy, but there's an easy solution to that. Just lock onto it. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. This game is literally centered around locking onto things. That's how you dodge things. That's how you sidestep attacks. Even if you can free aim, you should probably still lock onto things anyway. I mean, Metroid Prime 3 and the Metroid Prime trilogy, it even allowed you to free aim while you were locked on if you chose to. All I'm saying is... yeah, 90s and zeros are the best. In fact, Metroid Prime itself, the game I'm playing literally right now, released in, I think, 2002. So that shows that the O's are pretty good, too. And of course, like I said, the 90s came out with a lot of good stuff. I would just say that the 90s inks out ahead of the double O's, just in virtue of having more things that were ground-shaking at the time, you know? It had Doom, it had Super Metroid, it had Castlevania Symphony of the Night, it had a lot of things for N64 and Super Nintendo that shook up the industry. It had freaking Quake. Now granted, there were arcade games before that used polygon graphics, but Quake basically brought it to home, especially for first-person shooters. For its time, it was revolutionary, you could argue. So yeah, definitely those two. Glad we agree. I love that music. When you set something into motion and then that music starts playing. It's almost like the thinking man's music. Because it means, okay, you're about to start something here. Let's see if you can solve this puzzle. I mean, yeah, they're never that hard, but that music really gets you into it, you know? It really gets you into the mood. I like it. This game makes really good use of music, generally. What the? I guess I gotta activate something else here. Probably, yep. There we go. I was a little too eager there. There we go. Bingo. I just think it's neat. Oh, okay. I just had to bomb it. Check this out. You thought this area was big before? Baby, you ain't seen nothing yet. We can make it even bigger. I'm glad that you could jump. Yeah, you could just Morph Ball Bomb in the original, but it makes things so much simpler, you know? Although you can't do that with a Morph Ball jump, you still have to use a Morph Ball Bomb. Oh well. This is where things get a little bit tricky. Oh shit. Did I say a little bit tricky? I meant burning hot. Holy shit. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I just need to find out where the hell I'm going. Over here. It's okay. I'm fine. I'm fine, probably, I think. Luckily I didn't lose that much time. It is annoying when it happens, but what are you gonna do? You just gotta try and try again. Oh! Might also help to quit being a goober. That might help a little. There we go. Okay then, let's try that again. This time not be a goober about things. I swear I had the magnetic button on, but I guess it didn't work for some reason. Oops. Maybe I gotta use a Morph Ball Bomb. Oh, come on! I had that! I had the goddamn magnetic button pressed and everything. Beginning to think this might be a little trickier than it looks. I don't understand, man. I don't get what happened. And then I screwed up somehow. I know I screwed up somehow, I just don't know how I screwed up. There has to be something that I can do there. Because I swear I had the magnetic button pressed the entire time. Maybe the Morph Ball Bomb caused me to dislodge and I couldn't get back on for some reason. Maybe I gotta just try to throw myself over there without using a Morph Ball Bomb. Maybe that's what's screwing me up. I just assume that I gotta use a Morph Ball Bomb. That's probably it. What the hell is going on here? It seems like nothing is working. I swear to God, I'm letting go of it. I'm holding down the magnetic button again and then it's not working. I don't know what's going on here, but there is something to this that I'm not figuring out, and it's weirding me out here. Probably have to land on that platform. Okay, that probably makes sense. I'm probably just being an idiot about this and overcomplicating things again. certainly not related to morph ball bombing. Yeah, that's probably it. Appreciated. Sometimes when you're in the middle of something, things don't come to you quite so easily. Okay, I'll try it. Actually, now that I think about it, of course, the camera even emphasizes the platform. I probably should have realized. For some reason, I thought I had to go onto it directly. That's better. You know what? I'm gonna grab that. Oh boy. This is gonna be tricky. Oh fuck! That time jumping was my undoing. The original GameCube Prime didn't have morph ball jumping, so that probably was not what I was supposed to do. I don't know why, but for some reason I thought morph ball jumping would help. Clearly it didn't. My bad. Heart racing, though. I'm just glad I'm not facing the Powerbomb Guardian. Are you familiar with that? That boss on Metroid Prime 2? Talk about a doozy. As the name suggests, it has your power bomb. So basically you have to do a morph ball puzzle, a magnetic morph ball puzzle, and you gotta jump around while that thing is firing freaking power bombs at you. And it's not like Samus's power bomb either, where it's just in one spot. It spits them at you from a distance. It is projectile power bombing. Okay, there we go. I was an idiot. I thought... Well, I wasn't thinking, really. It didn't occur to me that because morph ball jumping isn't a thing in the original, you probably weren't supposed to do that here. Now, you know, it just makes sense, doesn't it? Gotta be careful, though, because the morph ball bombs can just as easily dislodge you from this if you're not careful. So if you try to destroy them, I think that's the natural inclination. Okay, see ya, Vegsy. I'm not gonna last that much longer anyway. Nah, this is probably faster than trying to bomb it. But yeah, the freaking Power Bomb Guardian has projectile power bombs that it just spits at you. It's truly agitating. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the danger here is that you want to morph ball bomb them, but if you do that, you're kind of screwing yourself over because it dislodges you from the spider ball track. So you're better off just avoiding them. Whew, okay, I made it. I'm in. I'm in. Sweet. Guess what my prize is? You remember how I said that I have one beam missing? Guess what this is? That's right! Plasma Beam acquired! Press X and left to switch to the Plasma Beam. This weapon can open plasma doors. Now I'm just gonna melt shit. New extras unlocked in the main menu. Obviously, it's this button. Now, let's see. There doesn't appear to be anything else in here. Well, for melting in the lava so much, now I get to make other things melt. Not a bad trade-off, don't you think? Although I think I've played long enough. I'm already past my time limit. Well, my normal time limit. That's fine, I got the Plasma Beam. How cool is that? Now, most of the beams are relatively balanced, but this thing's a beast. It'll just melt through shit. And I mean it. Most things, it just completely cuts through. Like they're not even there. It just sets them on fire and then it kills them really fast. It's freaking amazing. Basically, it's as powerful as the Plasma Beam from the 2D Metroids. Just about. Of course, the downside is you can't use it to stop these. Because you can't stop fire with fire. Despite how the old saying goes. Watch this. Huh, check that out. Like I said, it just melts everything. That enemy was fire-based and it still kicked his ass. Nicely done. Yeah, you just do that. Well, let's just go across here. I love the music too. Even if it's not really original, it's the lower Norfair music from Super Metroid. It's still kicking. Also, let's go up here. I'm gonna keep going until I find a save room, because I'm pretty sure I'm going into new territory here, and I don't want that to not me on the stream. Although I'm pretty much just finding a save room, so if you're not into that, you can leave if you want. I won't be too offended. Check that out. How cool is that? The plasma beam is just powerful. Look at how easily it cuts through those beetles. It's only a shame for those space pirates that require certain beams to kill them. If it wasn't for those, you could just use the plasma beam for the rest of the game, no lie. This thing is overpowered as shit. And I love it. Now I just need to find a save room somewhere. I'm sure there's one somewhere. Check this out. Look at that. Look how easily it killed that thing. Normally, you would have to wait for it to open its mouth. Well, I used the ice beam, but still. Oh look, I'm back here. Isn't that nice? I'm back at the beginning of the game. Well, I guess it'll be a nice touch if I end this video at Samus's spaceship, wouldn't it? Okay, that is it for today's live stream. I hope you enjoyed it. Next live stream, of course, is Monday, 4:30 p.m. More Elder Scrolls Morrowind, more Metroid Prime Remastered next Thursday at 4:30 p.m. I get the feeling we'll be meeting a certain Omega Pirate on the next one. And of course, I do Let's Plays every single day at high noon, and I do ranking videos at 9 a.m. Right now, Duke 3D, which it will be going into World Tour soon enough. But if you don't want to worry about keeping track of time zones, because that's Eastern Standard Time and all that good crap, you can always subscribe and plasma beam punch that bell icon. A like and a comment always helps, but I just hope you genuinely enjoyed yourself. And that is it for now. Thank you so much for tuning in with me. Spread this video around like how beautiful this is. And I'll see you next time to go out there and capitalize on life. Peace out, have a good one, and have a nice and pleasant day. Thank you for watching.